How's it going, football fans? This is DiGiorgio Fantasy Football, a very good choice for all of your fantasy football needs. So in this video, I'm going to get into some of the players who probably got you that fantasy championship. So let's not waste any time here. Let's get right on into it. I'm going to start off with quarterbacks. So for quarterbacks, number one quarterback in the 2020 season was Aaron Rodgers. Damn, that guy is efficient. He's been in the league for plenty of years, and he's had a very successful career. So, yeah, that is no surprise right there. And if you drafted him, he probably wasn't the number one quarterback drafted in your league. So, I'm sure it was a steal. I'll clap it up for you. Clap it up for you right there. Josh Allen, number two on this list. And he not only has a crazy arm, but he has a great rushing attack. So, yeah, year three was a big year for him when he got Stefan Diggs. And he's number two on this list. Number three on this list is going to be Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, he got DeAndre Hopkins as well. And wow. Was Kyler Murray able to do some great things on the field? He also has a rushing attack like Josh Allen. Undersized guy, but wow, I have not seen a quarterback as elusive as him. Next guy on the list, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, you know, he's a G. This is what, his fourth season, you know, his third season starting, and that guy is amazing. I wouldn't say it was an off year, but Patrick Mahomes, in reality, could probably throw for 60 touchdowns in a year. So, give him a proper O-line. You saw that in the Super Bowl. Give him a proper O-line, and I think he could be capable of even more. And I know it's hard to imagine, but that could happen. All right, next guy on the list, Desean Watson. Desean Watson, horrible team he's playing for. I do not know what they are doing, but Desean Watson is, I don't know what you want to say. He's goated. He is a great player. And even though I think they only got, 4 or 5 wins this year, Desean Watson is a fantastic player, and he elevates every other player on the field with him. So, yeah. Either... Oh, he doesn't even want to get paid by you guys. He just wants to get traded. So trade the guy. All right. Go on to wide receivers now. Wide receivers. First guy on this list, Devonta Adams. And, yeah, Aaron Rodgers was throwing to him. So it helps when that's your quarterback. But Devonta Adams balled out this year. He's able to stay healthy and really was just the only consistent receiving target in that offense. So he had a phenomenal year. Next guy on the list is going to be Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill, explosive. He might be short. I think he's shorter than me, and wow, is that guy a phenomenal football player. He's not called the cheetah for nothing. And yeah, had a great year, and he has Patrick Mahomes throwing to him. So that definitely helps, but a very talented player. So that's the number 2 guy. Number 3, Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen, yeah, he's catching passes from Kirk Cousins. People question Kirk Cousins. I say Kirk Cousins is a very good quarterback. But, everyone has their own opinion on that. But Adam Thielen, even though he's lining up in the slot a lot of the time, he has hands like some people could just dream for. So Adam Thielen just kills it. Mike Evans is going to be the 4th guy on this list, and Mike Evans had Tom Brady throwing to him, and the GOAT of all GOATs right there. And he had a very great year, number 4 on this list, and the numbers don't lie. He had the most receptions out of all. Did not have the most receptions out of all receivers, but he had a very great year. Average yards per reception, 14.4. So, he did really well. Next guy on this list is going to be Stefan Diggs. And I have to do a humble brag on Stefan Diggs because I drafted him in maybe the 5th or 6th round of my league. as my number 2 wide receiver, and did this guy just kill it or what? Wow. I mean, he did not give me the touchdowns that I wanted, but he did that last week when I really needed it, week 16. So thank you, Stefan Diggs. I'll remember that, buddy. And yeah, he killed it with Josh Allen. So yeah, there's a key element to all these wide receivers, and that is a good quarterback throwing passes to them. I'm gonna move on to the running backs. So for running backs, number 1 guy, Alvin Kamara. He primarily did most of his damage when Drew Brees was the quarterback, and Drew Brees, he's getting up there in age, but Drew Brees is he's still playing at a very high level. And you say what you want, but Drew Brees likes to throw it to proven options, and Kamara is definitely a proven guy in this league. Not only is he rushing it, he's making all those little dink and dunk catches. So I mean, you could ask nothing more from a running back. Derrick Henry, the number 2 guy on that list, and Derrick Henry is great. Maybe first couple of weeks in the year, he doesn't start off as productive as you want him to be, but once the weather starts hitting, wow, that guy is averaging close to 200 yards a game, and that is just ridiculous. And if you look at him, I mean, he's a monster. He's a monster of a man. And if I'm drafting like anybody on my team, I want to look at that player and say, damn, that guy is a behemoth, and that guy needs to be on my team. And I wouldn't want to make that guy mad. All right, next guy on the list, 3, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, I believe his first 2 seasons he had a couple injuries, and people almost gave up hope on Dalvin Cook. But Dalvin Cook actually had a tremendous year this year, and yeah, so props to him. So I mean, if you lost faith in Dalvin Cook, just look at the numbers this year, look at the game film, and that was everything for the Vikings offense. If there was no Dalvin Cook, there would be no Adam Thielen leading all the receivers. There would be no Justin Jefferson leading all the rookie receivers. I mean, Dalvin Cook did so much for that offense. Next guy on the list, number 4 on the list, Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor played for the Colts, and he's rookie this year, so he finds himself in good company for his first year in the season. It helps when you have Indianapolis Colts offensive line, but I mean, if I was the running back for the Indianapolis Colts, I would not put up numbers like Jonathan Taylor. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, I did very well this year. Marlon Mack went down, and he's next man up, and did very well. And so I think he could definitely build on this year moving forward because he's so young. So yeah, there's a lot more to see from Jonathan Taylor. Aaron Jones, next guy on the list. I drafted him as my second player on my team, and Aaron Jones was great for me. I mean, I really cannot complain about Aaron Jones. Okay, besides the fact that Jamal Williams does steal a touchdown or 2 in very, very crucial games, sometimes when I just need 1 point, and then Jamal Williams, they're like, hey, Jamal Williams, I know Aaron Jones just ran 99 yards down the field, but you just want to punch it in there? You just want to run 1 yard? I mean, I know you got bored on the bench, and, they give it to Jamal Williams. So, it is what it is, but that is definitely frustrating, but Aaron Jones, is a great player. I will move on to some tight ends. So, for tight ends, can you guess who's number 1? Yeah, that's right. Travis Kelsey. Travis Kelsey has been a beast for years, and he's not the fastest guy. He's not... I couldn't say he is like the best at anything in the league, but what makes him so good is the effort and the drive he plays with, and I mean, he just never gives up on any given play. And when you throw to a guy like that, I mean, his size. Look at him. He's a physical specimen, and when you throw to a guy like that, he is he's just going to catch everything coming his way. But Travis Kelsey does it like no other. I mean, you could be that size and just get demolished in the NFL. And Travis Kelsey just is he is in the prime of his career and just a fantastic tight end. And everyone wants to be like Travis Kelsey. Darren Waller is number 2 guy on this list, and Darren Waller, I actually called his breakout season last year. I drafted him with my last pick in the draft, and I drafted him as my second tight end. I didn't know I drafted 2 mediocre tight ends that season, and I didn't know who would come out on top. But I thought they'd be like pretty similar. But Darren Waller ended up being a fantastic pick as my last pick for the whole year, and he has done great ever since. So yeah, he's Derek Carr loves throwing to him, and they kind of run that offense through him and Josh Jacobs. So Darren Waller, a beast. A guy who's surprising on this list is Robert Tunian, and Aaron Rodgers. He likes to throw to tight ends, and Robert Tunian did very well this year. And he did have Aaron Rodgers throwing to him, but yeah, he was able to bring down some contested catches, and I would say he had a really good year for a. I don't know how young he is, but how relevant. This is it's the first year I have heard of him. I know he is friends with Kittle, and he looks like he is something for Green Bay right there. And next guy on this list, number 4, Mark Andrews. Yeah, probably your number 1 tight end. He did very well this year. Not Travis Kelsey well. It's hard to do that well, but for a tight end, he did very well for you. I mean, you can't complain if you had him. And yeah, so Mark Andrews was a solid pick. Probably, don't know how he did in fantasy playoffs, but he probably got you there if you were in the fantasy playoffs. So thanks, Mark Andrews. Janus Smith. Janus Smith actually had Ryan Tannehill throwing to him, and Ryan Tannehill is a very great quarterback in my opinion. I think he's very efficient, and when he was with the Dolphins, I don't think they were using him right. So yeah, Janus Smith. He was a beast. I think he had a couple injuries, but when he is able to be on the field, he is a complete monster. So yeah, he definitely complements Derrick Henry in that offense, and a very very good player right there. So for 2020 defense, number 1 defense gonna be the Los Angeles Rams. Just look at that defense. You have Jalen Ramsey, so the best cornerback. You got Aaron Donald, the best guy, who's going to be on your line. I think he is a defensive tackle. You have a whole bunch of underrated people. Look at that whole secondary. That whole secondary is arguably, cornerback number 1 on any other team. I think there was 3 weeks in a row where they had an actual defensive touchdown. So, that's very impressive. If I could get a touchdown for my defense every week, I will take it. No questions asked. So, Pittsburgh's going to be the next defense on this list. And Pittsburgh did very well. They kind of hit a slump last few games of the season. And, after being undefeated, things didn't look so right. But they also lost Bud Dupree. So, that has something to do with it right there a little bit. Indianapolis Colts, number 3. Indianapolis Colts did very good this year after signing DeForest Buckner. And, wow. Him and Darius Leonard, I really love that defense. It's probably one of my favorite defenses in the league. They did very well last year. And if Wentz could do something behind Indy's O-line, I think that team is going to be very explosive next year. Next team, Miami Dolphins. I think Miami Dolphins were probably at the bottom of the list last year, and guess what? They are number 4 on this list. They are on the up and up, and they're going places. So don't count them out. You can't talk crap on the Dolphins anymore. That, I mean, you could have done that last year, but that's a last year thing. That's it's no longer happening. Miami Dolphins are good. All of Miami is pretty good now. I mean, we'll see, but 2/3 of Miami is good now. And last defense on this list and the last person or player on this list is going to be the Baltimore Ravens defense. And yeah, they did well. I believe they franchise tagged Matthew Judon. They had a couple of their regular defensive players in there. I think they added the addition of Patrick Queen, I believe. Great, very good linebacker. And so I'm not quite sure. Actually, hold on. I'm not quite sure if it was Patrick Queen. Might be drawing a blank right there, so don't quote me on it. But they added a linebacker, very good. And yeah, but Baltimore's defense has been good for the last like 3-4 years. Actually, what is it? 15 years? I mean, Baltimore's defense has been good for so long now. I mean, I can't even remember the last time they were bad. It was probably before I started watching football. But this was a list of players who probably won you your fantasy championship. And you know what? I just want to clap it up. End this, end that 2020 year on a high note. And celebrate now. But we got a lot of work ahead of us. For the 2021 season. So. If you want some more information, I can give you that on DeGiorgioFantasyFootball.com. I will have a spreadsheet posted for 2021 fantasy projections, and so I'll have projections on there as well as statistics showing who I think is going to be, the best players. I'm going to show who's going to be the next best player next year, and yeah, I'm going to show a whole bunch of different things on there. And yeah, I have my YouTube link on there, and I have the 2020 rankings currently up there. So yeah, just check that out. I'm gonna be constantly updating, especially as free agency progresses, as well as the draft. So if you liked what you watched today, give me a like, subscribe, give me a comment. Let me know some content you're interested in. The next couple of videos I'm going to be going over is just free agency. I'm going to be going over how that affects the different teams and affects that player's draft stock. And yeah, I really look forward to going over this stuff with you guys. So I hope you can stay tuned for that. And yeah, so thanks for watching DeGiorgio Fantasy Football. Have a good one.